Today we're gonna talk about making your first internet dollar.
I'm so sorry, Dan, but this show wouldn't be the show if I just didn't press the wrong button and totally lost the sound.
Well, you have no idea what the show is about. I'm sorry.
No
You've
clue.
just missed the essential part.
No clue. I'm ready for surprise at this point.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about gummy bears in this show and essentially the various ways you can eat gummy bears. So you could put
Mm,
them in a pie, you could make, ice cream with gummy
mm,
bears, you could put them in
mm.
vodka and
Yeah, I've tried that one. That's a good one,
yeah,
yeah.
so this is in the Indie Maker cheese show today. We're also going to put gummy bears into cheese. It's like a
Wow.
new.
You want to see what I bought this morning? Because I'm really into eating healthy.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, so I don't know what's happening with me in the past few days, but I keep getting myself a chocolate and I keep putting the chocolate in the bag. So I'm walking and then I realize, oh, I have a chocolate. And then I take a chocolate and. And then this morning I went to the store and I was like, wait a minute, they have like this healthy section in the store. Maybe I should visit that part and not the sweet section. So I bought this. It's like a coconut thing, but
Cocos chunks. Yeah. Okay.
it's really good because it's very sweet.
hmm
But they say it's healthy, and I trust them when they say it's healthy.
What is the healthy part of it, though?
The section where it was, you know.
Brilliant.
So
Okay. I think everything could be healthy in moderation. How much of that bag did you eat already?
no comment.
Let's move on to the show.
Well, look, then Nico has cheese. I can have coconut.
Yeah, you that could be your thing. I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah, I completely agree. So you're coconut profitable, right?
exactly,
That's pretty
exactly,
expensive, I assume.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. €2.39.
Actually, that's a good price. Then
It's a
then it
good
must be
price.
just sugar for that money. Come on. Like they cannot put anything healthy in for that money. Seriously.
We have coconuts. It's like growing all over Finland. It's
No
very
comment.
tropical.
All right, but today actually we're not talking about coconut and we're funnily enough not talking about gummy bears either, but we're talking about making your first internet dollar. And we're going to show 26 ways how you could do that, 26 ideas if you want. But first, just to get you pumped up, we have a bunch of updates for people that have already made their dollar. And it's always like so awesome to see this in my feed. Like I immediately get pumped up, don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
some kind of like a rush feeling because I always remember mine, and when I see that others are experiencing going through the same thing, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So here we have AJ. Can you imagine a 17-year-old did this? I can't imagine, but yes. I just got my first payout from Lemon Squeezy. I love to build cool stuff. Just ship it.
It's a perfect tweet.
Sandra, what were you doing when you were 17?
No comment. Like, I wish I was doing this. I wish I was introduced to this world like sooner. Like I feel like I'm late. 17.
I yeah, I wish at 17 I had this mindset it took me so long to get into this mindset. So imagine where AJ is going to be in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
It's mind blowing. Next one, Antonio Tropiano. Did you like my Italian? For
Very
those,
much, very good.
yeah, it's always a great feeling when you get your first sale, and I have not even launched yet. And that's a question. How did he do that? So maybe his Gumroad, maybe the info
Probably, yeah.
product. Yeah. All right. You want to take this one by Lars?
Lars, made my first dollar online. Just started marketing my V2 Chrome extension list yesterday, and I'm already seeing results. $172 so far. This is a huge milestone to me, and I hope that the list helps many more builders to find new opportunities. Oh,
Freaking awesome. Next one by Manoj. This is awesome. Fifth sale. And what's a better feeling than getting the lemon squeezy email?
this is brilliant. You know, I have these moments every morning I wake up and I hope I will see lemon squeeze emails.
Yeah. I checked the email like first thing in the morning and scroll it. I even have like a folder where all of these emails go,
No.
and I just and I just scroll through them. Yeah, that's like amazing when you get that. Matthew, the
Matthew,
go ahead.
the best feeling to see when you wake up, exactly what we were saying.
Meal planner and macro tracker. I love that it's a lot of Gumroad and Lemon Squeezy, and these are like actually one of the easiest to set up. So you make your
Mm.
first internet dollar. Like it's a bit of a sign on how you could go about and make it. But all right, these people are doing great. But the question is, how?
And John Rush is here to tell us all.
John Rush is here to save the day. He has 26 ways to make money as a startup founder. Bookmarked, of course. Maybe I should have even retweeted, right? There we go.
Absolutely.
So, if you don't know John, John's running 20 plus, I think 24 is actually the number startups. And he's just one guy, believe it or not. And he has, more than a decade, if not more. I mean, I don't want to make him sound old or anything, but he has a
Mm.
lot of experience. And he was in the VC world, and now he's basically fully bootstrap, fully independent, and
Mm.
he has 26 tips for us. And I'm super excited to go through them. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Should I start then?
Yeah.
This is actually my favorite one. Oh, it's just beginning. Maybe that's just the John Rush influence. Everyone will be. Anyway, one feature SaaS. Extract a feature from a popular tool and build a micro SaaS around it. Idea a SaaS that only offers automated email follow ups. I fully agree with John on this one. And I talked before about it, like extracting that one feature from the product that you're already using. And we usually, if you think about like SEMrush, how many features from there you are using? It's a super complex product, but if you're like me, you're probably using
5%. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can definitely build a micro SaaS just around like that product.
Yeah. So that's one. But I think the good part about this is that those companies that make this, they won't really care about the market that is that one feature is not really big enough for them to spend time on. So you're probably going to actually do it a lot better than they can because it's just not
Mm,
important enough for them. So this is an
mm.
awesome one, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have problems with my calendars. I would like someone to fix that.
What problems?
Multiple different problems. I find Calendly somehow not complicated, but it's not fitting my needs. Um, the scheduling part, then if you have multiple different calendars, then it's problematic as well. So somehow combining all of this would be very nice.
All right, that's your idea right there.
Mhm.
All right, I think number two, launchpads. Develop a launch platform for a specific industry. Idea, a launchpad for growth tools, for example. So I think launchpads is that basically what Product Hunt is, right? And it's hugely successful.
Mm.
maybe less so in the past few years, but overall, I'd call it a successful company. I think this one is in practice hard to achieve if you start from nothing, don't you think? Like, how do you get people on them?
Yeah, but this is a very John Rush thing to say, launchpad, but for growth tools. I think he's someone who is always talking about niching out your products. And when you have a specific industry and then you kind of niche out your product, it's much probably easier. He did that with dev tools. So in that case, it might work, but it's still very hard to build that type of the product.
Yeah. But if you niche it down enough, I can see this happening because that's the whole key. Like if you make a launch pad for everything, you're gonna have a hard time getting everyone at the same time on the platform. But if you make one for maybe dev tools, let's say, that could be a different story because you know where to find those people, right? You know the channels and you can focus on one channel to bring them on. So I can see this. I can see this totally. Third one. This is your favorite.
Oh yeah. SEO tools. Create a tool that focuses on a single aspect of SEO idea, a tool that generates all text for images. I mean, look, this, wait a minute, it's already Monday. I wanted to say this week. But why do I feel like, okay,
It feels
last
like
week,
it's
it feels
Friday.
like it. Yeah. Here's my wine. But last week, I was doing a lot of technical side of SEO. So, and that was quite not difficult, but it was a lot of like, okay, I have a list of the problems, and there was a lot of problems I had. And then I've used like ChatGPT, and I would take a screenshot and I was like, please explain to me, what does this mean and where can I actually fix it? Like, how can I have 55 duplicate of H1 thingy? Like, how is that even possible? How
Oh,
do
you
I
only
find
had
all of these
H1s.
pages? Like, it seems like I only had that. So, yeah, I agree with John. Like, something very specific, and there is always a market. Yeah.
Yeah, the cool thing about SEO tools is that it doesn't have to be like an entire platform. It could be solving one task that's super annoying to do or super repetitive or the one that you have to do over and over again. So I actually like this a lot. And his example is spot on because it's also not super risky to do this. So create a tool that generates alt text for images. You could probably do that in a weekend, right? And if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere, right? That's it. I really like this. And you could make
Yeah.
5 of these. So you can make one of these every weekend and try it out and see which one of them works the best, right?
Um, Brilliant. Like, I've paid multiple times for this tool that index all the pages I have. It's like I could probably do it. It takes and requires a little bit of time, but this just does it automatically for me. Super
Yeah,
simple. Very straightforward product.
totally. Yeah. Fourth one, productized services. Offer standardized services that are repeatable. Design, coding, or social media management. This has been growing a lot in the
Oh
past few
yeah.
years. And I think it's the realization that you don't necessarily need a SaaS to get there. You can actually get super far by productizing your skills. And you could perhaps
Make a
start
SaaS model.
exactly, and you can have a SaaS model. So, one big thing around this is how do you market your productized service? And we've seen people do roasts, or if it's design or coding, you do it by example. You take a popular website and then you kind of show how you improve it, and then you generate leads by showing how good your work is,
Oh
essentially.
yeah.
And the
Uh,
subscriptions go pretty high for this.
I remember this is how I actually met Alex during my product hunt preparation. She roasted Clue website, and this is actually how I met her. And it was like at that time it was the beginning for her and Nick's collaboration. So that was like a perfect moment. I think she recognized at least that we are going into this process of marketing, so you kind of jump into same wagon, and then so that would be one of the ways.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you can also find your business partner that way. Like one fun fact about Alex is that so Nick, her partner at Baked, was actually found through these roasts, and I can't remember. I think Alex roasted Nick's design or something like that, and then they essentially made a partnership that has been going for more than a year now. I think
Yeah, yeah.
it's that old. So it's like a super good way to create connections and to expand your network, and like always show your work and let the work speak when it comes to these productized services. All right, next one.
Marketplace platforms create a platform that connects buyers and sellers, earn transaction fees. Idea an online marketplace for domains.
You
I think
got
this
me.
is a brilliant idea. Should we do it? Can we do
It's
it?
brilliant. It's brilliant. Yeah, but I feel like I'll be paying all these fees
I
at the
know.
domains I have. I love the business model. I think these kind of business models are, low risk, and think about what's the at the opposite scale of this. What's one of the biggest platforms that does this? It's Stripe, right? That's essentially what they do.
Mm.
They connect buyers and sellers, do the
They are
transaction for
quite a
them as well,
successful
right?
company. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I like this idea. I would even scale it even further down. Like, what is the smallest possible version of this? Maybe you could do, a local sale of secondhand things. I don't know. Have you seen this Vinted brand, the app?
No, but I am using something very similar.
Yeah. So essentially, they allow you to sell your old
Mm.
clothes and
Yeah, yeah.
whatnot, and I think they take a fee. I actually don't know how their business model works, and they help you track things and ship things and so on. And it's hugely popular. Like everyone is selling their
Mm.
things all of a sudden, and that's like I'm not sure if they had investment or so. They probably have because they're growing too fast. Like you can
Mm.
see, they have too much money to spend on marketing. But I
Hey.
Not that you shouldn't. I mean, you should totally spend all your money on marketing, but they have too much of it.
It's good.
All right.
If you
Next
have
one.
money, spend your money on marketing.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
best.
membership sites, a subscription-based site which with exclusive content. Idea a founder 0 to 1 site.
Yeah, so that's communities as well, I guess. Or
Yeah,
what do you think? Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it, and it could be like, I mean, in this case, he's mentioning site, but it could be like channels, different channels. But now, when I've read this, but then it goes back to the marketplace. But yeah, I fully agree. I think if you are able, like communities fit into this, but then building community is also quite hard.
It's
It's much,
difficult. Yeah, it's a lot
yeah.
of work. Yeah.
And even if you have ability to bring people or like a wave of people, there is still this second step where you need to work on the community on a daily pretty much basis to connect people in community and then go step further to give them the value. So this I understand, but it's very, very hard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think the problem with the community is, how do you get enough people in the beginning so it feels like a community? Because you need to start with the first member. So
Mm.
how is that first member going to scale to the other one? So you need this critical mass in the community as well. You need a lot of people coming at once, but you could do that with a nice marketing angle to it, I'm sure.
I would be scared to get a bunch of people coming in one moment. I think what we
True.
did with Morning Maker Show, I think that's the best way of like having smaller group, and then kind of it's right now it's growing, and I'm actually quite scared of like how to keep the same momentum when more and more people comes. So
Yeah, that's another thing is you want
that's
to
another
have
thing.
certain members in the community. So
Mm,
tricky one, but still a good, depending on where you are, if you're already embedded in a community, it might be quite easy to get
mm,
people that you know already. All right,
mm.
next one, white labeling, a product that other businesses can rebrand as their own. A white labeled website builder. That's like a super classic one, right? Where perhaps this works very well with a freemium model where the white label version of the website is actually with a link back to your product. And
Can you explain to me, like,
mm,
give me an example of that?
yeah, unicorn platform,
Oh
you know
yeah,
it. So you
yeah.
make a website and then it says like this is built by unicorn platform, and you kind of have some reference back
Mm.
to it if you're using it free, and then you can pay to remove those
Oh,
things,
oh, okay, okay,
right?
okay.
Or when you do white label, you could do it for back office stuff as well, like a
Mm,
CMS. So you could have a CMS that says Sandra's CMS, and then if people want to put their own logo instead of Sandra's CMS, then they will pay
mm,
you a fee. So that also works well with B2B, which we love since the
mm.
past episode. And you can actually
No, the
charge.
last episode was about B2C then.
Oh yeah,
Last
2 episodes
episode.
ago. Yeah, we changed our mind. Yeah, we don't like B2B anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a pretty solid one, and especially if you want to go into B2B, I think the model could be that the companies that actually care about this, so they have a certain number of customers usually, or they care about their image, they might pay for this. Otherwise, you have other freemium-ish customers that
Mm,
essentially do promotion for you, bring more, and then those customers might be smaller entrepreneurs that maybe do freelancing, and then they bring it. So imagine this CMS back office situation where they bring it to their clients perhaps, and then their clients will buy the white labeling and they kind of stick with the solution.
mm.
So I can see that.
Just one thing I wanted to mention to you, and I think it's a compliment to you. Okay, let's see if it's a compliment. I think it's a compliment. I've noticed like few websites that are made with Chipixen, and few
Uh-huh.
of them left on the in footer like made with Chipixen, and I think that's such a cool thing to see
Yeah.
because somehow either like you can see that people love and respect the product to leave that part, but you also somehow made it cool for people to leave it. Do you
Right.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The fun thing is that I don't really push this. There is an option in the app to do it, but the people that did it just did it because they liked the product. So
Mm-hmm.
there's also the way where this is on by default, which is, a little bit of a dark pattern, and you get, and I felt bad about doing that. So this is actually people do it because they like the product. So yeah, I love that too. Whenever I see it,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
It's really
Yeah,
cool.
and it's a
Congrats.
nice backlink. Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much, Sandra.
yeah.
All right, number 8.
Selling data. Ah, my favorite one.
Dark
Provide,
patterns.
I mean, provide. I mean, who used this word?
Uh, what? Uh,
Provide and then the second word,
Anonymized?
anonymized. Provide anonymized data insights to companies, ideas selling user behavior data. Oh, but this one is very tricky then.
What do you think?
I would be scared after a year in a company that deals with a lot of integrations and things I would be scared to go into as an indie in any type of the data selling
But
part.
think about all of the data analytics products that came out in the past years, all the tracking, you know, Google Analytics replacements that have better privacy or are GDPR compliant and stuff like that. I think that goes into that bucket. It's not easy to do, of course, and you need to kind of know what you're doing when you're working with people's data. But this is anonymized data. I think that's the key, right? So
I
I
would,
can see it. I can see it. You're afraid. You don't fight with
yeah,
this. No.
no.
Okay. What about next one? Affiliate marketing.
Yay.
Promote products or services and earn a commission on sales. Recommending hosting services on a tech blog. So I think this is one really underutilized idea, if you want. It's an approach. I think a lot of people that have credibility, they have a bit of a blog, especially around the tech blog, as John mentions, actually could recommend the products that they like, that they would
Oh
do
yeah.
anyway, and include the affiliate link. It doesn't take any extra effort, and people won't really mind it, and you're gonna do it because you like the
Anyway,
product.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's the key. Like, you actually need to have used that product and have a positive feeling about it, because otherwise
And
people
reach,
are gonna
yeah.
tell.
And
Yeah,
reach the stage where people can actually see that you are using the product and this is not just you selling the product. And so I
yeah,
think also when we are talking about the sponsors of Morning Maker Show, it's the similar situation where we've already built like the idea of how we are bringing the products to the show. So there must be some like process of trying the product before
yeah,
mentioning it. Or
for
so
sure, for
yeah.
sure. Like, we only partner up with products that we've used already in our apps, and it's kind of, that's how it happens. We use them, we say we like them because we do, it's honest, and then we partner up afterwards with some of them. So
Yeah, but great
selling
way.
leads, number 10, generate and sell business leads. Selling leads who raised a fresh seed round. So this could be selling, for example, a list of contacts to micro influencers.
Um, Very true, because it took me a whole day today to filter everything, and I was playing a game. Do you want me to share it to you?
Yes,
So
please.
again, I've seen the second week or third week now that I'm seeing great results with micro influencers, and today I decided to find more of them. So Sandra went on SEMrush and put products, competitors, like anything I could think about, and then just saw where and who wrote about them on Medium, and took these lists and lists of people
Yeah.
with great domains, by the way, so you'll get two things in one.
Oh, you also get a backlink.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep.
Freaking brilliant. All right, niche social networks. Create a
But
paid community around a specific interest. A network for SEO experts. This is similar to the SEO community. I think social network is a lot said, but you can create a small community around a very specific topic. I think that's kind of what we mentioned before. It's a lot easier to do it when you're targeting a community versus just the general network for entrepreneurs, right?
yeah.
That targets everything.
Yeah, but it's very interesting niche social networks.
Very
But your
interesting.
favorite one, sell domains, buy and sell domain names for profit.
I
What's
mean,
the deal with domains? Can you tell me, like, what's the rush? Like, what do you feel when you sense a good domain in the air? Is
I
it
think
like
it's something.
inspiration, motivation?
I think
What's
there's something
happening?
inherent to humans and to our brain,
Mm-hmm.
because as soon as we think something is scarce and unique, then we get a rush from it. You know, we feel like we own something that is in short supply and no one else does, so it must be valuable. So this is
Mm.
also why I think people at another end of the spectrum collect art. I guess maybe pushing this a bit, but that's how it feels, right? And yeah, domains. I mean, it used to be a lot harder to get these. Now there are all sorts of uh, TLDs, right?
Mm.
The funky ones that sometimes look like scams, but you can get some pretty good ones because of those. Like there's a lot more opportunities, but it also means that there's less uniqueness. When we only had .com, .net, and yeah, a couple others
Mm.
.org, then it was a lot more scarcity. Like you just couldn't get what you wanted, and you had to get a
Mm.
pretty long one. So that has changed, but it's still a thing. I think you can still do it. It's just it's usually a long-term investment, and you need a lot of these, and it's not cheap to, like, if you
Mm.
have .ai domains, costs go up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But if you hit the right one, and then in few years, you might sit on some money. You never know.
It is a bit of a, yeah, chance game for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's not. Virtual products, sell digital products like templates or graphics. I love this one.
Mm.
Website themes for Next.js or boilerplates. This is super good because you can leverage an existing marketplace. So you could do Framer templates or Framer
Mm.
themes, or leverage a technology like yeah, Next.js. And it's also quite approachable because you don't need an entire business model. You kind of need a basic understanding of the technology, maybe have a little bit of a design eye, and
Mm.
you can, like, it's a really nice way to start small, make your first dollar, and then perhaps either double down and make a package on your own, or open your own marketplace from it.
Yeah, and have
Yeah,
your own unique style.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And if you do a few of these, then later on you can sell them as some sort of, yeah, discount thingy
Mm.
for 5 or 10 themes, so you can actually have a lot of marketing strategies around it. I love it. You
Yeah.
could also do Figma, the
Yeah.
same, and we have Uncover Lab that does Figma templates wrapped in a SaaS, which is a super awesome idea. So if you do a lot of design work as a freelancer, you can possibly package those and sell them as a product.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I've been using Webflow for a while now, and their templates are really, really bad. And I'm surprised that I haven't stumbled on someone that is actually building templates for Webflow. You can see it a lot for Framer. I mean, of course, Figma and others, but Webflow is becoming a WordPress pretty much.
Yeah, WordPress templates and themes.
Mm.
Very good market.
Mm.
15, on-demand services. And you might have noticed that John here, he made a mistake. He jumped from 13 to 15, so I feel cheated very much.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Build a platform for gigs like delivering or tutoring, an app for freelance tutors. So courses, I guess, go in here. I like this. This is pretty good. Delivery, maybe not the first thing that I would start with.
But you can see through his examples, as we mentioned at the beginning, how he loves to niche.
Yeah,
Like it's such a good thread to understand what niching the product down means.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I think we've seen a lot of good examples of these, but you need to be quite involved in it, right? You
Oh,
cannot, yeah. The same as with all of these, you need to get enough mass of consumers and tutors, so both
mm,
of them kind of get what they want from the platform. So starting it out is difficult, but once you get this critical mass, it can go on autopilot and people can join the platform without you even having
Oh yeah,
to.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning of getting these people from the both side
Yeah,
to have the
exactly.
interest there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm scared of these type of the products, to be honest.
Yeah, because they seem too difficult to do, or why?
Yeah, because you're pretty much targeting two personas, like two different group of people, and there is like middle ground between them or some kind of value, but they have totally different, they are two different niches pretty much. So you are pretty, I mean, you're selling two stories and that can be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
But yeah.
16, niche job boards.
Start a job board focused on a specific industry. Idea a job board for remote tech jobs. I don't know, do you remember when we started the show, we had someone building this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we actually comment a lot about it. It's hard. Like, again, you have to balance both sides of the product.
Similar. Yeah. So it's a lot easier to do this if you have some sort of audience already. And maybe that's also where John is coming from, because obviously you could do this if you have, some people in your circle that maybe do freelancing jobs, and then you make a freelancing job board, and then you will already have people joining just to check this out. I think Nick and Alex did this. I forgot how this product is called, for design leads as well, because they had too many clients, and then they made like a small. Do you remember this called? I can't remember, but they made like a small job board where people could essentially get some of the leads that couldn't they couldn't work on. So if you have this luxury problem of having too many leads,
It's a great way to build something.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a great example. Like, it always starts from our own problems. So
17.
crowdsource content, create a user-generated content platform and monetize through ads. Idea site to share startup hacks.
Yeah, so this is more like I just say it, help kind of forum type platform. I think this could be interesting, but to get to ads, you need a lot of visits. Like I've seen this on Hunted Space as well, because depending on what type of companies advertise, like trickling down the visits into clicks, first of all, is quite difficult, and then those clicks into conversion, so they're happy with their investment, will take you a long time. I think a very cool thing about these is that you can start a few of these. So John's doing 20 products at the same time, right?
24.
And a lot of 24, I'm sorry. And a lot of these could play very well into each other. So I can see, the community or the job board that you've made before could be connected to this, and you can link back from one to another, and you can create this small empire. And if you think long term about it, if you have a number of these, they could each grow each other, and then the visits from this platform, instead of doing ads, maybe you just nudge the people to go into your tutoring platform, for example. I think that's actually what John is doing with his products, isn't he?
Oh yeah. We need a special show just for John products to go and see
go
how
for his products.
and see how everything is connected there.
This is really cool. Like I went into this and I had no idea what he's going to write, and like it's very. I feel like I'm going into his mind, and I'm learning how he's thinking, and this is awesome. All right, this is a tough one, a scary one. Buy and flip businesses. So I've seen a lot of people that do this. They purchase underperforming businesses, improve them, and sell them for profit.
I
So,
would
for
do something
example,
like this.
I think it's cool. I think we
Yeah.
talked about doing it, just
Yeah.
going on micro assets and getting a company
Yeah.
or acquire.com. And I think again, if you already the underlying theme of this is if you already have some apps, some sort of products, doing this becomes a lot easier because if you buy a low traffic blog, all of a sudden you have these products around it that you can either funnel the traffic to your blog or build backlinks, and it's a lot easier to optimize. The more of these products you have, the easier it gets to optimize.
Mm.
And depending on what type of business you buy, it might be very easy to grow if you already have something in that niche. Maybe you can add it as an add-on to a product that you have. So if you have a SaaS and you buy some sort of niche app that, as we talked in the beginning, does one thing and
Mm.
it could improve your SaaS, even though it's underperforming, you could perhaps use that to get your own users to upgrade to get an
Oh
extra
yeah.
feature,
Yeah, if
right?
you have a right channel that you already distributed something and this product fits into that, it's much easier.
Yeah,
I've noticed, actually, this today I noticed one of the makers, a bigger maker. He, I mean, sold his product and he bought a new product now, and is doing the same strategy as he was doing for the previous product. So he knows how it works. He knows the
yeah.
funnels. He knows which channels to use, how to say this, how to tell or sell the story, and he's using it as
That's
before.
the whole thing. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. So I think if there's one takeaway from this is keep doing it for a while, and then the more you do it, the easier it will be to pretty much create all of these, because the experience that you'll have will not only help you do it faster, but you will have a recipe of the steps that are required. So that's
Mm,
why if you buy a business that's not performing well, you might have the exact recipe to do, because you've already done it. You've already
mm,
been through the pain of finding out those steps. Now you just have to apply them again. Well,
exactly.
just you have to apply them again to a different business, but you know they're gonna work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there's no like once you have a clear picture of which funnel works and you know you can position the product, it's much easier.
Yeah,
So I would play with this, Dan. If you are up for it, I think one of the shows we could kind of
buy a
scan,
business. Yeah,
buy a business,
totally up for it.
become a real family here.
19 AI powered agents develop AI tools that solve specific business problems. An AI tool that automates customer support. So yeah, agents they've been in waves, quite popular. At some point we thought that these agents could perform any task, and they maybe can, but also if you have infinite money to throw at the task. But for simple problems, they could be quite effective, and they could
Mm,
do things that are even more expensive for a human to do, right? That's your bottom line. Like
mm,
if you compare paying a human to do the same task, if you could do it cheaper, then you have
mm.
yourself a product. I think the important part is not to have a very slim margin, because then it becomes, it becomes quite a risky business model. Yeah. Have you tried playing with an AI agent? No.
I'm thinking now, like, I love them in the certain situations like onboarding, help centers.
Yeah, you could also do it for, I think people use it for extracting data. So you have an
Yeah,
agent that goes around on the web and
yeah,
gets some data out and then fills in, whatever repetitive human
yeah,
task you can think
yeah.
of, you could try to replace it with this. So it's pretty good. And you could for sure find a niche where, let's say you go into, I don't know, heavy industry where
Exactly.
people do this and they have no idea what AI is. And, AI agent is like so far away of a concept that, they have a
Exactly.
department doing this.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love bringing technology to, like, I don't know, businesses that are like old school, and then they don't care about, like, we love to talk about AI and agents and these things. They don't care about that. It's this magical tool that does
Yeah.
the job.
Yeah. Exactly.
Accounting.
Exactly.
Oh my God, imagine that.
And it also B2B, which I think we love.
Oh, yes. Are we back to
Sure.
B2B this week?
No. Microservices offer small specialized tools, SDKs, or APIs. So, for example, an API for currency conversion. There's this account that's doing boring businesses. I don't know if you've seen it. And
Yes.
there's always examples of like this one guy that converts a JPEG to a PNG that's making $50,000 a month. But closer to that, we have a friend of the show, Dmitro Krasun, who's doing a screenshot API. And that's all his product does. It does screenshots. And you might think, that there's no business model in that, but I think he's close to $10,000 MRR right now, which is amazing. And of course, it's easy to underestimate this because it's not just taking screenshots. Like he's built a scalable system that can go around these cookie pop-ups, and it take full page
Yeah, he's
screenshots,
working
and
on a product. Yeah.
there's a lot of complexity to it, but there's not a lot of complexity to start on these, and you don't have to start with a screenshot API. I think John's example with a currency conversion is pretty good because it is really simple to do that, low risk, and you get it out there. And then if you have the previous 19 ideas implemented,
You will know how to market this one,
you
huh?
will know how to market this one very well, and you could use your other platforms to do to do this faster. So all right, are you ready
So
for
I feel like
number
we're gonna
21?
end up that the problem is not the product or the idea, but it's marketing.
The problem is marketing, and there's two takeaways now. One is you have to do this for a while and not give up, continue doing it, and you have to spend a lot of effort on marketing to make these things grow, because the ideas are pretty simple and the ideas are cheap. Distributing those ideas and getting customers, doing the marketing, that's the tough part. So maybe that's John's next post, how to do marketing.
But don't you
26
think, don't you think for
ideas.
anyone who is starting, it's a good thing to have a list of simple products
Yeah.
and just build them for fun?
Yeah. Do you know why?
Because you need
Because,
to.
go on.
Oh, nothing. 2020, you need to build 24 products in 2024 to be Mark Lu and make $1 million.
Close.
Okay, good.
It's because your first 3, 4, 5 won't go anywhere.
Exactly.
You're gonna fail in spectacular ways
Oh,
when
yeah.
trying to do them. And then the only thing you're gonna accumulate is the knowledge on how to do the next one better. So you kind of have to go through the steps, and then it's very nice to have these ideas just to know, well, at least fail faster than try to come up with
Exactly.
this revolutionary idea that you're gonna fail doing anyway. So
I mean, this is a great list. You can pretty much start with this list.
yeah, this is an awesome list.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna love the next one. Are you ready?
Yes, please. Oh no. Influencer platform. Create a platform connecting influencers with brands. Idea: connect the AI influencers with AI founders. This is actually a really, really good idea because, influencers and brands, these are heavy words, but maybe we can break that down as well. In my case, I was searching for influencers or micro influencers. It's super damn hard to find them. Like, this is
Yeah.
really, really hard. The only way I've noticed the good influencers is because I've noticed them from my own analytics. And then I kind of like, okay, I knew a little bit who to target, I guess. But if you're just starting out, it can be super, super hard. That's
Yeah.
why we have lb.club.
That's why we're doing this idea to connect people to newsletters, and I think there's so much value into it because finding these takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of low quality type influencers that are not even, they're these how do you call these, engagement train kind of thing, where there's a bunch of big accounts reposting stuff from each other to make it seem like there's some sort of reach and so on, but in essence you don't get that much out of it. So finding genuine, people that have a small audience that is engaged is extremely valuable.
Oh,
So for
absolutely.
sure.
One thing about that, I was on a demo call and I've asked a person on the demo call, how did you find out about Clue? And person said to me that they've got an email from Medium and Clue was in one of the publishers or articles there. So when you think about it, if it was a cold email, they would approach it totally differently. But because it was an email from Medium, publishing thing, and he was like, I'm already following topics there. I know that they're gonna target the things I like. So the way of thinking is different. So there's multiple actually things when it comes to these influencers and brands and how to distribute, how that content is actually distributed.
It's pretty hard to know where to start. That's basically
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
just having pointers on how to start. Oh, maybe you should make a guide. Now we're reading this, and then we get a bunch of ideas as well. So you know it's good.
exactly. John, brilliant, brilliant job.
Yeah. But that's the next, like, do notes while you're doing this influencer marketing experiment, because that could easily become a guide, and then you could put that on a Gumroad and maybe put it for free to generate leads, or maybe even sell it for $10. I mean, that's
I wish, I mean, I want to build that list. I want to build that list of like right influencers and these micro influencers because I think that's the future.
for sure. Number 22.
Niche directories. Build a paid directory for a specific industry. Idea a directory of developers who can train models.
I mean, yeah, I think this is also low hanging fruit, because building the directory is not a huge effort. There are a lot of systems you can use to get this up and running fast. And if you have the long term plan, you can actually create multiple directories for different niches and then do
Oh yeah,
programmatic
and connect them.
SEO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this also feeds into this idea of building multiple products will give you the skills to do SEO as well. And I think a directory is a very good example for that, because you can actually target location, you can target all sorts of categories, you can make different views on the products that you have in that directory, and you can scale it with SEO after a while, because that's the thing you have to do. I think with a lot of these, none of them are you launch today and tomorrow you're a millionaire kind of thing.
No, yeah.
It's and I think that's also a little bit what's wrong, what's glorified, because you need to think a little bit more long term, and you need to try more things. You need to enjoy the small successes. You don't to make a million. You need to make your first $10, right? And then you make your first $100, and then to make your first $1,000. And you need to go through these steps. You cannot start from the
Yeah, it's
million.
not gonna
Right?
happen overnight, that's for sure.
Yeah. So very cool with the directories. There's plenty of successful directories, and I think people that do them also become more efficient and then do more and more of these directories. 23.
E-learning platforms. Build a platform for educators to sell courses. Idea site where AI experts sell AI courses.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's similar
Fair enough. Yeah.
to the tutoring one though, but
Yeah.
I think maybe this one I will change it into just sell a course on what you've been doing for the past few years, whatever it is. Is it woodworking? You probably have skills that people don't have. Is it design? Is it development? Is it
Yeah, you
marketing?
can. I don't think many people actually think about like how much they can sell through the just years of what they've been working on.
Yeah, because
So
you think everyone else must know this.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe that's actually quite good idea to inspire others to build their own guides. And
Yeah, a platform where you inspire people to make their own courses. I think so. Like the Vinted model, where everyone else sells their old clothes. If you make it very easy for people to sell their knowledge, right?
yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
same thing. I think maybe that's what Gumroad was trying to do, and now is doing a lot of things, but just make it as easy as possible for people to put their knowledge into a product. Is it a PDF, right? Is it a Notion page?
Would professors jump on it? Like, can you niche it to universities, or they would find it offensive?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of it's the same barrier of, oh, I'm teaching these types of people. I cannot do a course for these people. Or you kind of have the same if you're a high school professor, right? You'd think, yeah, this is not really who's gonna watch this course, and you're wrong. Like most people won't know that certain information, and you don't know until you try. You need to put it out there and then you see. But a lot of people think, no one's gonna watch this, no one's gonna listen to this, so they don't even try because of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the idea of connecting different type of people. So if you have like, I don't know, high school teachers doing science, and then people in their 50s that want to return to that and like kind of like go again through this type of the education. I think that's something interesting we were to explore more. Yeah. 24 virtual assistants, hire them and sell on subscription.
Oh yeah,
This one is interesting.
I've seen this. If you're a people's person and you have certain skills and then you're good at managing people, you could pull it off if you can leverage your network, perhaps. Yeah, it wouldn't be the thing that I like doing, but hey, it could be you. It could be you, not you.
Yes, yes, yes. I got it. Yeah, it's interesting. John has very interesting ideas. How is this the last one?
Yeah, please do
Oh
the
my
last two.
God.
Please do the honor, Sandra.
Okay, I'm ready. But you have to share me a screen then.
Sorry, rookie
No-code
mistake.
tools. Create tools that allow non-technical users to build things. Idea, a no-code website built for bakeries. Yeah, that's something we talked about, like bringing this technology to like old school businesses. And I like that very much. Like if you take a look about big companies like food delivery, it started like that, like bringing this technology to businesses and then like scaling from there. Maybe
Yeah,
we should do some.
absolutely.
Maybe we should do some testing for Shipixen and push it to bakeries.
Yeah. That's all. I think it's the same thing that you said before. Like some companies just want a thing to be solved, and
Exactly.
they don't really care how. So if there's no code, it's perfect. Number 26. I have no idea what this is, but please have a shot at it.
Labor arbitrage, connect support agents from Portugal with US clients and charge commission. Oh, this is
Sounds good.
so. I think this is something, at least what's happening in my home country, where you have a labor that is a little bit cheaper than in US. Then you have companies, and then you have like they are doing the business or like whatever. It's like it's either is like support or call center or whatever, and then it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting concept.
Do you have
So,
one more idea to add to John's ideas?
oh my God, John is brilliant 26 ideas. What do you think? How long he was writing this? I'm trying to figure out one idea.
Probably a day.
I
Okay.
think he was just writing that while drinking coffee, and after
I,
15 minutes, everything was written already.
I have one. I think a very good idea is to just take one thing that you really don't like doing in your life and try to create a product that fixes it. And that could be, we had Daniel Vassallo in the past show, but that could be you cannot find a good cutting board for various reasons, and you can try making a cutting board of your own that solves this problem. It doesn't have to be a crazy idea, it can be a boring idea. And I think just getting into the mindset of observing what problems you have and observing what other people get annoyed by usually results to the best ideas. But as I said, ideas are just like one part of the problem, right?
Exactly. I think Mark said something very interesting. He was building products. Every time he built a product, he realized that he has a problem, and then he built a solution for that product. So the more you build, the more, or you start looking at the problems differently. You see them, they're more obvious to you. You see how you can fix them, and you start noticing many different things, even in the development process and designing process and selling process and marketing it. And so the idea is to actually do more things, and then don't wait for it, just jump in it, push it, and then you
That's
realize multiple things.
the other thing is to also have fun while you're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, and if it becomes just difficult work that you don't enjoy, then you're not much better off than you were before doing a job and so on. So also have that in mind when you're looking for ideas. But I really love what you said with just do the product, and then while you're doing it, it's pretty sure you're gonna find out another problem, and then that could be your next product and next product. So the more you do, the easier it will be for these ideas to come, and the more you realize that the ideas are cheap, and then what matters is to be consistent and to keep shipping things.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was really nice said.
Should we
I really
should we then do a grand exit with this beautiful beautiful final thought?
I just want to add that what we are doing, I think it's fun and creative, and there's ups and downs all the time, but it does give you ability, or at least when I've joined this community, it gave me a different way of thinking and different way of like communicating with people and understanding how people can actually help you and you can help them, and then figuring out things together. So there's multiple layers to this story, and each one of them is quite beautiful. So now you can close
That
it
was so
down.
beautiful. No, I cannot after you said this. Please take it away. Where should people learn more? Where should they go?
Morningmakershow.com. You can join our community. You can listen to YouTube. I hate this part.
You're
So
doing great.
we are on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. We write blogs and newsletters. We launch a bunch of things on Product Hunt. We enjoy every week talking with Dan and Sandra. Please stop. There is the button.
Tell people what they need to do this week to enjoy their beautiful life.
To enjoy your beautiful life, listen to morningmakershow.com.
Eat good food.
Eat good food. Enjoy this week. Go for a walk. Watch a good TV show. If you do watch something good, please tell it to me, because I'm always searching for something to watch.
Bye.
Oh, it's on me to press the button. Thank you. Have a lovely week. End session for all.